Afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the last day of our winter intensive. So I'm hoping that you're all out there. I know that I've already gotten cancellations for tonight at the lodge. This week people have really dwindled off. But this is pretty intense every day. Although most people in person only came 2 days, but I don't know how it's going here online with everybody, but it's a beautiful day. Maybe you're out walking. But it's our last day. Next week there won't be anything. And then we're going to start another 4-week session online. It's the best that I can do with the way that the situation is. And so what I said to James was, the groundhog says 4 more weeks of winter intensive. So I'm going to pick up right where I left off here with his foundations and going to progress into standing work and a lot more flexibility for shoulders and hips. Of course, keeping the core work because we won't ever let that go. But what you'll find is the core work I won't talk about it anymore. We'll just do it. Like today, that's what I'm going to do. We're going to go through it, and I'm going to add I'm going to add a stretch at the end. And then I'm going to do a shoulder stretch for Miss Jessica. So remember, if you have questions about things, please, send me a message and I will deal with them. And I see Patty is here. Hi, Patty. Good to see you out there. All right. So at the end, you might need a bolster. And if you need maybe a block, but I don't think we're going to need a block today. I'm just sitting on this just in case. But we will use a strap. All right. So, coming to sitting on our shins. Millie's here? Oh, hey, Millie. Sitting on her shins. Just feel how that is. Where are you today? Not going to be here that long. Coming onto our hands. Walk your hands back. Or walk your knees forward. Get a good position and then rock. I will always do this. I think that this has been a very significant piece. I never used to do a wrist stretch right at the beginning. But it has made everything for me a lot easier. Remember, we're just going to the edge of that discomfort, and then elbows to the side, pressing into the hands, feeling your fingers, making sure your thumb and your index finger are pressing. Tucking the toes, sitting back, move the hands a little forward. Just push through your heels, a couple breaths. Try to find that push a little to the inside. So if you take your ankle bones and pull them towards one another and then push, you should be able to find that a little bit more of a soleus stretch underneath the Achilles. And come up, extend the ankles, fingers back, bend the elbows, sit back, press the fingers into the floor, breathe. couple more breaths. And peel that, but before, tuck your toes, sit back, rotate the wrists one way and then the other. So when things start to feel good, like no stretch, you don't feel the pulling, like right now I don't feel any pulling or anything in my feet. So what that's telling me is that, I have maintained this stretch. This is now just part of my movement patterns. So I just need to do it every day. I don't need to hold it a really long time, and I'm not going to really need to work it, but I'm going to have to put that into my routine if I want to stay at that level. If I'm going to go past that, then I'm going to have to work it. All right, so hands forward, pull back, and then just really relax into your hips. Now, starting with that tailbone, tuck your tailbone under, let that pull take you up, and then sit bones back, chest will respond, fold. Tuck the tailbone under, pull up, and release the sit bones, and fold. Exhale, pull, and up. Inhale, reach, and chest lift. Exhale, pull, and up. Inhale, reach, chest, reach. Exhale, pull the tailbone, feel your stomach, reach the sit bones, feel the fold. Exhale helps, you pull up. Inhale reaches the chest forward. Exhale, pull up, tuck the toes, and reach back. Exhale, pull. Point your feet and reach back. Exhale, pull. Tuck your toes and sit back in your heels. Pull the pubic bone way up. Extend and sit back. Pull the pubic bone up. Tuck the toes and inhale. Reach your sit bones. And tuck. Pull up. Extend the feet. Sit back. One more. Pull and up. Tuck the toes and reach the sit bones back. Relax your neck. Relax your neck. Push with your fingers. Knees are bent. Just feeling that pelvis fold in. Folding in. Alright, that's the first part. Then the next part is take that tailbone, pull to your face, and then knees down and sit. So we go. Exhale, tailbone, pulls up, tuck the toes, inhale, push back. Exhale, pull, tailbone to your face, inhale, sit back. Exhale, pull, come up. Inhale, push back through the joints. Exhale, tailbone, lift up into your stomach and knees down and sit back. Exhale, pull. Feel your back. Tuck the toes, inhale. Feel the fold. Exhale, pull the tailbone in, inhale, and back. One more. Exhale, tailbone, and up. Tuck the toes, feel the sit bones, go back, pull the tailbone, just lift your guts, knees down, And sit. Breathe. Feel your arms. Feel the hands. I really love the tuck of that tailbone. I can really feel my lower stomach scoop up and in very clearly there. Just a couple more breaths. Always just letting kind of that activity impact you so that you can pay attention to it. All right, now we're gonna go back up one more time. So hands down, nice and wide, tuck the toes, sit bones, reach to the back, drop your head. Now shift your weight to your right leg, push through the heel, kneecap lift, just a little bit more stretch through the calf and your hip. As you push away from your fingers, feel the sit bone push back and feel that hamstring stretch back because of that push through the hands. And then change to your left leg. Pull that kneecap up. Reach through the heels. Press through both. Feel your fingers. Now, tuck your tailbone, pull it to your face, lower to the plank. Let's exhale, and then inhale, sit bones back, and downward dog. Exhale, pull, and lower to the plank. Inhale. Back you go. Exhale, pull and plank. Inhale, lift, down dog. Exhale, pull, plank. Inhale, down dog. Exhale, pull, plank. Inhale, down dog. Exhale. Pull the tailbone. Inhale. Reach the sit bones. Pull the tailbone. Exhale out. Inhale. Back you go. Exhale. Pull it out. Inhale. Just two more. Exhale. Pull to plank. Inhale. Downward dog. Exhale. Pull to plank. Inhale. Down dog. And come down. Sit back. And stretch your wrists if you need. So when we come back after break next week, we'll start working the plank to rod push-up in there. And then we'll also start adding like the sidearm balances. So, if you feel like you want to do something next week, that was 10. So you might want to, keep that up or not. Sometimes you just need a break. We have been going pretty hard, but I like the 4 days of work and the 3 days off. All right, just one more arm bit here, and that's the pull-ups. So hands down, pull your knees in, and we're gonna pull up And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Come down. Breathe. Remember, you can tuck your toes under here if you need. Now on this next one, we're going to try to straighten our legs a little bit more, which will shift our hips a little more over our hands. Just kind of experiment with that. All right, take a nice big inhale, and up you go. Try to straighten and shift forward, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and come down, sit back, breathe. That's a little bit more arm and leg and a little less stomach. All right, moving the knees in. More of a tuck this time, so pull your pubic bone up and breathe. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And down. Breathe. Stretch the wrists, or roll the wrists rather. Couple more breaths. Last one. Hands down. Pull the knees up. Hand right, left, 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 and come down. Sit and breathe. And then we're going to slide out into our first cobra after I get a drink. So let's just see where we are here with these cobras. So we added the back extension. And so when you're thinking about the back extension, you know, your feet are anchored, and then you can really work that back line a little more. When we're doing the cobras, you just have to anchor the feet by pressing down with the sit bones and the pelvis. Now, even though what we did is kind of an opposite movement, there's still an awful lot of stomach involved in the extensions with the feet under the couch, because you have to still get this posterior rotation in the pelvis. So let's just hope that that work translates into easier holds in these down dogs. Or no, sorry, cobras. All right, so palms are up so we don't use our hands. Press your feet. Pull the quads, drive the sit bones, press the pubic bone, and up you go. Breathe. Just working on anchoring the pelvis. Keep squeezing the sit bones down into the backs of the legs, pressing that pubic bone. Keep pushing the sit bones. I know sometimes you release that. One more. Stay up there, move your hands forward. Let go. Chin on your fists or chin on the heels of your hands. Relax your upper back. Just let that spine breathe forward to your arms. Relax the neck. And really try to push that breath forward on the inhale. Now we work this on that pillow, on the bolster. Breathing into the belly and then shifting that breath forward to your arms so that you feel the middle of your back push through your spine and then through your arms, ribs forward. Couple more. And then release, elbows back, drop your head. And feel that pulling into the upper back, right below that seventh cervical. Maybe you feel it going into the middle between the shoulder blades. Just breathe there. All right, adding legs to this, because we're going to do the long boats today. So just come on down, put your forehead on the back of your hands, just relax. I'm going to come up here so I can talk a little bit better. So I want you to just think about what we did with the couch. All right, so you drove your sit bones into the backs of your legs, you pulled your stomach. And you tried to keep that, and then you lifted your legs up. That's what I want you to do right now. Just lift the legs like you're pushing them up into the backs of the couch. So feel your sit bones. I can feel my hamstrings and my glutes really well today. And then you're keeping this anchor of your pubic bone pressing into the floor and your sit bones driving into the backs of your legs. So as that pelvis is counter-rotating, as the pelvis is tilting back, as the pelvis is rotating posterior, your legs are countering that and coming up. Your low back is unaffected. Couple more breaths here. And then just release that. Let that go. Couple breaths into your belly. so you feel your lower back move. And then come on back to sitting. So we're going to add arms to this today. The arms will look like this. All right, so when our arms are here, I'm just going to turn sideways. We don't want our arms forward of our face. We want our arms here. Now, the position of the chest and shoulders give you those arms. We don't have to really go into a huge extension. So what we're going to do is just a couple stretches. I'm going to, and then we're going to do one on the couch for Miss Jessica. Jessica is one of my students from a long, long time ago, who now lives in California. Best known for her portrayal of Mae West in our 1930s Nutcracker. Crazy times. All right, so wrists in. We did this one yesterday. We've been doing this one a lot. Press open, roll the shoulders back, feel your chest lift, and then just pull the shoulder blades down and come back. Now I'm going to come up onto my knees. I just feel that I can do this a little bit easier here. You can sit. So pressing those sit bones down into your legs, taking your hands, pushing open. Feel the tops of the shoulders. So we inhale, push, exhale, release. Inhale, push, exhale, shoulders down. Inhale, push, exhale, shoulders down. One more. Inhale, push open, keep them back there, release the shoulders, drop your head, lift your chest. Now today I want you to just feel your rib cage, and you're going to breathe your rib cage forward of your arms. So you're going to try to lift it forward and up just when you breathe, and then just feel the shoulder blades sliding down towards your hips. Almost like it's two pieces. A nice arc from your fingers down to your knees on the back of the body. And then the ribs just breathing forward and nice and open, trying to free themselves from the shoulders. A couple more. And then the shoulder blades just keep dropping down. And then shoulders down again. Coming down to sit. Release, just a couple breaths. Feel your shoulder girdles falling. Then take your hands behind. Interlace. Again, come up if you want. Stretch them to straight. Roll them back. Same thing. Inhale. Forward. Try to pull open on the fingers. Feel those shoulders roll underneath. Exhale, you pull that pubic bone into your waist. Inhale, chest is forward. Exhale, you're pulling. You're breathing forward and up. You're pulling down. You're trying to open that pec line. Keep breathing, pushing the breath against the tight chest if you have one. Keep opening by pulling the blades back. So this line keeps going up. If you want to take your face to the high corner of the room, you can. Up. Or you can keep it down. Just one more. Pull them open. Release. And coming back down to sit. Relax. So for those of you that weren't here yesterday, I did the platysma stretch. We're going to do it again. All right, so just to review, the platysma is this muscle that's kind of like a turtleneck. It goes from underneath your jawline, through your throat, and lays down and spreads out like a collar on your chest. And we're going to stretch it by taking our fingers, finding the inside of the collarbone, pressing down on the collarbone, and then pulling the skin off the collarbone down towards your chest. Now take your chin and push it forward. Keep your mouth closed and feel that stretch from your fingers to your chin, and keep going. Release, come up, drop your head, just a couple of breaths. Roll back up. I know that's a bit weird, but you can really feel the tissue stretch, just like saran paper. This is a nice one to do if your posture is poor, if you are sad or you have that depressed chest for some reason. There's lots of reasons. We're going to do it one more time only. So press the collarbone with your fingers, pull down, anchor it. Now stretch your chin against it. And release. All right. Let me know if you like that one.
Millie likes that.
Millie likes that. Millie said she liked it. When you feel that starting to let go, it's kind of mind-blowing because when you're sad or when you're there's this choking kind of feeling, and you wonder what that is. Well, that's the platysma, like contracting. So it's a pretty easy way to open up the throat, and then again, like I said yesterday, it keeps the line from your chin down to the neck, keeps the angle of it. All right, now for a little bit more shoulder stretch, we're going to go over here to the couch. All right, you can use a chair. I'm moving over, and my cameraman is going to switch so you can see me here in a second. All right, so I've moved over here. All right, now, so we're going to do this with our elbows. I'm going to hold on to the outside edge of my elbows. It's pretty much shoulder width. And then I'm going to put my elbows on the couch. I'm going to put my forehead on the couch, slide to the edge, and now I'm just going to drop my chest down. If it's too much, pull the knees in and sit back a little bit more. But if you can, Just keep your knees underneath your hips. And so you're going to just inhale, and on the exhale, just let those armpits open a little bit. And you're going to feel the pain in the top of your shoulder, in that deltoid maybe, in the joint. So you just go to it, you don't go through it. So inhale, and then just exhale, let yourself sink into it. And you're going to work it with your breath, right? I have my forehead on the couch. I'm not dangling my head yet. We'll do that in a second. Just pay attention. Couple more. One more. To release, come up slowly, walk it in. And sit. Roll them. Couple breaths. Of course, you can feel what an intense stretch that is. So Jessica's having trouble with her arms tingling when she goes overhead. So I'm sure that they might be tingling there, after a little bit. You have to just come out of it. But we have to go back and forth between all these different planes to try to get that the chest wall that's going over the thoracic outlet to loosen up a bit, because that's usually where it is. And then the shoulder in the front, if it's tight, will squash into that. Now, if you're not doing this on a couch, then you're going to need probably a blanket for your elbows. And I'm sorry I didn't say that sooner. I have this nice little squishy couch. All right, we're going to do one more. Not quite as long. Same thing, except if you want to let your head drop, it'll be just a little bit different kind of a stretch. So you can do that, or you can keep your head where it is. So just one more chest opener for Miss Jessica. All right. So again, grab our elbows. We don't want them too wide because it's this position that's difficult. All right. Pull yourself back. And we go. Dropping down. It's always nice to do a couple rounds of these kinds of things because you can feel when you go into it just the difference. So I'm dropping my head through. It's a little bit more intense. We're always still inhaling, letting ourselves lift up, and then exhaling, sinking down. And when you inhale, try to feel your upper back expand. Let that be what takes you up. Just one more. And again, pull yourself up. And sit. Feels good. Take a couple of breaths into the chest. Now, we're going to go right back. I'm going to move back onto my mat. We're going to take our hands back behind us again. And we're going to do this stretch one more time. All right. Interlace and open. Come up. If you Yep, have a little bit more space. Feel the shoulder blades go down into your back. Scoop through and come up. So after the platysma stretch, one more, and release. Come on down. All right. So we're going to put that into the cobra, and then we're going to lift the legs up, take the arms around to the front, into that long boat. You need to use a lot of upper back with this, so we'll see where we go with this. So, feet together, feet down, press your sit bones, take your hands back, interlace, and up you come. Inhale, chest forward, blades back. Exhale, sit bones. Try to reach the ribs forward on those inhales. All right, now drive those sit bones down, lift the legs up. Low back is not doing a thing. Now take the arms to the side and take them around to the front. Interlace, and we push out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Roll up onto your right side. I just threw that in because that's where that goes. Tailbones down, inner thighs working. Only going to do one today. Slow motion roll to your center. Hold back with that left side. Keep the arms. Now, other side. You got to keep reaching with that leg. Feel that lower leg lift up. Tailbone reaching to your feet. Breathe. Hold back with that right side. And roll. Slow motion. And release. Turn your head to your right side or your favorite side. Breathe into your low back. And other side. And then coming back to the center. So the rollies teach us a lot on a physical level. And so what we're going to do right now is we're going to try to use that connection that we just made, like we did the other day, to go into these sidearm balances from our Sphinx plank. So we're going to just do one warm up, and then we'll go from Sphinx to side plank, back to Sphinx to side plank, and we'll just do one of those rounds. But first we're going to do just a warm-up round. All right, so sink the chest down, feel your shoulder blades. Inhale, push up. Exhale, release that down. And again, Inhale, push up, stay there. Pick your butt up, then tuck under. Pull your pubic bone up to your face. Feel that back as long as possible. Sit bones are driving into the backs of the legs. Breathe, just really feeling the inhale, push up, and then the exhale, tailbone and pubic bone pulling up into your waist. And a couple of shrugs. So we inhale, we go up. Exhale, chest down, keep your stomach. Inhale up. Exhale down. 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 Inhale up. One more. Inhale up. Exhale down. Release your belly. Lift your head. Hands out again, or elbows out again. Chin on your hands or your fist. Release. Feel your breath going forward. And release, elbows back, drop your head. Breathe. All right. So these can be done half plank or full plank. Here we go. Release the shoulders, and then press up. Pick your butt up, and then tuck your tailbone under. If you're going to full plank, tuck the toes and push. Make sure you feel your tailbone and you're reaching through your legs and your pubic bone pulling. Push away from your arms. Now we're just going to roll that left hip up and side, breathe. Push up with the arm. Feel that whole sideline lift. Press into your heels. Keep your pubic bone attached to your rib cage. Keep your sit bones driving down. Now we're going to lift up in the stomach. Going to hold back with that left side. Slow roll. Center. Pick it up. Lift that right hip up. And other side. Push. Spacing the shoulder. Lift of the hip. Pelvis is driving down into your heel. Pubic bone is pulling up. Quads are tight. Now we're going to roll back to center. Resist with that hip. Stomach lift. Back you go. One more time. Lift. Press. Not holding this one as long. Push up. Up and out of your arm. Lift the stomach up. Slow roll. Center. Tailbone. Hip up. Push. Resist. Roll. Knees down, pelvis down, all the way down. Just breathe into your back. Not going to be here too long. Let everything go. And then press back to sitting or child pose. I'm going to need a drink. Planks are pretty intense. They're really good though. So what happens to me after the rollies? When I do the rollies first and then the plank, I can feel the recruitment being my hip, because that's how you manage that rollie. So if you can pull yourself from square to the side with the hip, it happens way more efficiently both ways. So we're trying to become efficient with the movement that also pulls the movement closer, like to the core. The closer you can work to that core, the faster, the quicker the movement can be, because the line of action is smaller. All right, so grabbing our strap, we're going to do just 2 rounds of extensions with our feet underneath the couch, just to keep that going. Even after a couple days, I can feel the difference in the opening of the front of my hip. So sometimes it's just not the strength that you're going for, it's the balance of front back. So tie your knees together, feet underneath the couch, lay yourself out. And I'm only talking about the lower part of the body this whole week. We're doing this because it takes a while for this to get strong enough to do the other part without kinking into the back, especially if you have that problem. All right, press out on that strap. Feet will come apart. Push your arch or your heels into the bottom of your couch. Take your sit bones, push them into the backs of your legs. Squeeze your glutes down. Feel your pubic bone press. Low back is long. And then just remove your arms and breathe. Keep pushing out on the strap. Keep going. Just 3 more breaths. Last one. And come on down, elbows back, chest, release everything. Breathe into your back. And one more round, all right? So, press open on the strap. Press your feet into the back, the underside of that chair. Take your sit bones, drive them down, and lift up. Breathe. Two more breaths. And come down. Press yourself back. Unstrap yourself. Come to your chair or your couch. Tuck the toes. And press back, supported forward bend. Feet a little apart. You're pushing your hips over your feet. Elbows on the couch. Breathe. A little bit of weight on your arms. I have a little bit of weight on my head. Just really relaxing into this. Slowly coming out of it, pushing yourself up. And then come to sitting. Actually, I'll come sitting over here. All right, everybody. That was a fast 4 weeks. I hope you learned something. I hope you enjoyed yourself. 1 week off. And hope to see you all back here February the, 15th. Enjoy the day. Namaste.